For all this talk about whether an iPad is a computer or a simple tablet, it's easy to forget that the real beauty of this device is that it can be exactly what you make of it. So today, let's take a look through all of the different options you've got available to build your dream iPad setup. We're going to start with which iPad to buy because even that has become a bit of a minefield lately. But if you think about the iPad's three main strengths being portability, productivity, and entertainment, you'll find that any iPad model sits somewhere within this triangle. An iPad mini might excel in its portability and even in its productivity values for some tasks, but it might not be as great for entertainment as some other devices. Likewise, if you go up to the iPad Pro models, you might find that they are brilliant at productivity and entertainment, and not as portable, with the iPad and the iPad Air sitting somewhere in the middle with different levels of power. Once you've decided on your model though, then you want to think about whether to get a screen protector or not. Do you want to go for a tempered glass sheet that may protect the iPad but interfere with touch controls, particularly with the Apple Pencil? Or do you want to go for something like a Paperlike, which gives you the impression that you're drawing on Notepad, but can dull the screen a little bit, especially at wider viewing angles? If you're like me, you may just keep the iPad as it is and enjoy the screen in all its glory. Let's leave the question of whether an iPad is a laptop replacement to the side for 1 second, and let's just enjoy it for what it is. An iPad. Because honestly, it still feels magical to me that I can pick up this slab of glass and metal and use it to create beautiful things or watch films in incredible high definition. And for you, maybe this is where your setup starts and ends. But if that is the case, then I would definitely recommend at least picking up an Apple Pencil, because it's going to open up a new dimension of what you can do on this tablet. The Apple Pencil is going to turn your iPad into the best note-taking device you've ever held in your hands. Whether you are just taking notes on the Apple Notes app or trying to mark up documents in a more professional note-taking app like Notability, you're going to love the creativity and sense of tactility that the Apple Pencil brings to your workflow. If you're a digital artist, downloading the Procreate app is an absolute must for flexing those artistic muscles. And if photo editing is more your style of creativity, then Lightroom is also definitely worth checking out on the iPad, because using those sliders with the Apple Pencil, it just feels great. Of course, having your iPad in tablet mode, just holding it in your hands, is also absolutely brilliant for watching films. And if you do want to watch something on the go, then you can always pick up a folio case. They're going to be a lot less expensive than some of the keyboard options. They'll keep your iPad safe on the go and give you a lovely range of viewing angles. Of course, if you want to push your iPad's productivity further, you could pick up a keyboard case, like the Magic Keyboard, but Logitech have some great options too. Either one in combination with a supported iPad will turn it into a much more affordable laptop alternative. Having a keyboard with you wherever you go makes keeping on top of emails or that novel you're writing so much easier, but it also gives you access to keyboard shortcuts, which will make navigating iPadOS that little bit easier too. And you might just prefer working with a trackpad rather than those touch controls, and if that's the case, then the Apple Magic Keyboard is a great option. You know what, an iPad doesn't just have to replace your laptop when you're on the go. With the help of a magnetic iPad stand, you can have a lot of fun building your own desktop setup. In fact, there's a lot of innovation in this space at the moment, and each stand will bring different qualities that will lend themselves to different tasks and setups. Whether you want to add a lot of peripherals using something like a MagFit stand, or you want something sleek and sturdy like the Charging Pro MagFloat, all you need to do is connect your favorite Bluetooth controller and you can access things like PlayStation Remote Play, Game Pass Ultimate, and even all the games on the Apple Arcade Store, and turn your iPad into a nice little gaming device. Of course, it doesn't just stop there. You could add in a Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse. If you are a writer, I really recommend rotating your iPad into a portrait setup and working through a Word document. It can be the best experience you've had on any device. Simply elevating your iPad to a higher viewing position can also open up all the possibilities of using your iPad as a second screen. Specifically, you want to give Stage Manager a try, which is one of Apple's new multitasking options. It enables you to use all of your apps in a windowed mode on another monitor, and while it still very much feels like a public beta, it does allow you to do some very interesting things, like use the Instagram app on a much bigger screen if you want to create reels in a more professional setting, or if you're like me and you just want to have your baby monitor open while you work through some proper tasks. Hey, you might even want to use your iPad as the second screen for your computer itself, and you've got two options to do that. The first of those is Universal Control, which allows you to operate your iPad and Mac at the same time using the same keyboard and mouse. It's really cool if you want to use your iPad as a media player or use some iPad specific apps some of the time. And secondly, you can even use a feature called Sidecar to hand off your Mac screen to your iPad completely. This can be great if you want to check for color accuracy on Apple devices, or maybe have a second screen option available on another desk in your room. Wherever you land on this journey, I think you're going to have loads of fun. And if you want to hear a little bit more about my experience trying to replace my old MacBook with an iPad, then check out this video here, and I'll see you in a bit.